back in the win column. With a win over Pacific today, comeback victory. What are some thoughts after today?
Well, today's game was, almost the same exact game as yesterday. At the start, fall behind by a few runs. Didn't obviously get our best start on the mound from Lance, who's usually pretty good for us, but that stuff happens. The difference today was we did the same thing offensively, rallied back, scored some runs. The difference was Gabe and Holzheimer today. They didn't put up any runs, just zero after zero after zero, and kept the game where it was, just long enough for us to come through in the bottom of the eighth and get a big 2-out hit. But a bunch of guys had great at-bats before Fung's game-winning hit, and it was just a really good team effort, But again, it's very similar to yesterday's game, just with a few more zeros, and that's what we beg our bullpen to do. You're never out of the fight if you can just keep throwing the zeros up, and luckily our offense has been swinging it a little better this weekend.
Knowing the Pacific came out swinging once again, putting up 5 runs in the first 3 innings, similar to yesterday, where was your mindset? What were you thinking, knowing that they just kept swinging early?
Yeah, it's been tough, coming out swinging the bat, aggressive on us and doing damage. It's been a very windy series. It's been a pretty good weekend to hit for weather circumstances around, just balls flying and things happening. But I didn't have any mindset in my head where, oh my gosh, we're in trouble. I really am confident. Even when we were struggling, I like our hitters. I like what we're doing in the box. We're just getting a little more creative on the bases right now and pushing the issue a little bit. And I thought we'd stay in there. I knew we had Gabe and Holzheimer ready to go today, and very confident in those guys, so I knew we'd keep it as close as we could.
Matty, 2 for 4 today with 4 RBIs. What did you see at the plate today in order to be so successful?
I was just looking for things up in the zone and attacking the pitchers early, and then staying to the middle of the field. Wednesday and Thursday, that's all we practiced, staying up the middle, and I was just keeping it short and simple with 2 strikes and just trying to put it in play.
In that last at bat you had, when you batted in the 2 winning runs, what was your mindset at that moment, knowing that the game is tied, but you would want to finish off this game and get the win here?
Yeah, I just wanted to pick up my teammate Jimmy. He popped up in front of me, so I just wanted to pick him up and keep it simple, like I said.
Gabe, you're coming in, trailing again. What's your mentality coming into a game like that, knowing that you can't let this team can't let Pacific get any more runs?
Yeah, I gotta attack the strike zone all the time. Keep them swinging. I think when our pitchers attack the strike zone early and give our best stuff, we're pretty much untouchable. So when we can do that and not fall behind, not be passive, I think that we get our best chance against offensive hitters.
You're sitting, in the bullpen throughout most of the game. You're watching their top half of the lineup just come crush balls, getting a lot of action there. How did you adjust to knowing that, you saw the previous pitchers have a little bit of trouble with the top of the order there and kind of settle them down?
Yeah, my game plan doesn't really change over time. I struggled early in this game, just trying to find the strike zone. I didn't really have a feel for what I was doing, but when I came out for the second inning, I started getting down the mound and feeling up the zone, and when I faced those 1, 2, 3, 4 guys, I knew that this was my game pretty much, and I knew that we were on go mode from there. So just attacking, like I said, just getting ahead in the count, throwing our best stuff in the zone is going to bring us the most success coming into the rest of the weekend.
Coach, trailing most of the game, what were you telling your guys when they were chipping away and getting those final 2 runs in the 8th there to get the lead? What were you telling them?
Yeah, I was pretty frustrated with our situational at-bats early in the game. I thought it was weird. We'd have some good battles in the box and then kind of go down looking with 2 strikes or something with a man on third. We ran ourselves out of 1 inning trying to advance to second. So it was more me getting on them today, and I told them after the game maybe I need to do a better job of kind of dragging it out of them a little and getting tough on them. It's not really my style as a coach, but just needed to get something more out of them. And I really did. I knew these guys. I knew even though Gabe struggled early, we turned a big double play behind him. And once Gabe gets in that groove, I thought if we can keep that game at 5, we would find a way. But I thought I had to be tough on them to really get them to focus in on what we needed to do there late in the game.
One more game against Pacific heading up tomorrow. What will it take to, possibly, score some runs early, get an early lead, and pull out a victory?
We need those early zeros instead of late zeros this time, and I told our guys we want to make them play from behind They have only had to play from behind in the top of the ninth today. So it's a much different game. It's harder to do what we did, to be behind the whole game and hang in there and fight. We want to put them in that situation, but we just need to show up with the same mentality. I mean, Friday after the game, I told them it's been too long, guys. You got to do whatever it takes to find a way together to win a game. If we can show up with that mentality again tomorrow morning, I like our chances. I like who we have going.